Hey, good evening. This is Austin O'Hare again. We just got back from a quick family trip to our farm in Ohio. Had to do some work down there while the getting was good here. Here with Charlie. He made the trip with us. We got a little bit of training in while we were down there, but it was a different place, and we just kind of let everybody enjoy him, really. Which he had fun. He did great in the car. I'm kennel training him, which I've never successfully done before. I've kind of half tried it with some other dogs and it never took. He is doing great. I got him a Ruffland intermediate kennel. I've never spent a lot of money on a kennel or cage before, and I know there's some more expensive ones out there, but for me, $200 was a pretty solid amount, but well worth it. It's awesome. I got him half crated in there. I got a little tote that takes up half of it. That was good advice by his breeders, Dirtroaddogcompany. They kind of suggested I do that so he doesn't poop in there, and it's been great. He's not pooped in there in over a week now. He rides in the vehicle great with it. I give him some exercise for an hour or two here at home, or not even an hour sometimes, depending on what we got going on. And we put him in there, and I tell him kennel and Charlie kennel and good job. And he goes in there and at the most whines for maybe a minute, and then that's all you hear about it. And it could be an hour, it could be 3 hours, and he's just doing amazing with that. Everybody at our farm this last couple of days was so impressed by how I could just put him in there and they don't hear him or anything. So boy, I really suggest kennel training. Basically just, never using it as a disciplinary tool, which I've done before with other dogs, and that's probably why they didn't like it. I never put him in there mad. I put him in there and tell him he's doing good and tell him Charlie kennel and give him a treat when I put him in there sometimes. So he's associating with all positive stuff. I got, towels in there with our scent on it, and two of his favorite toys in there, and he just seems to do great. So the kennel training is going good. Potty training, I saw somebody post just the other day about they have a 10-week-old cocker, I think, and they're having a hard time. Their advice for potty training. I have been successful with that before, and I've learned that the dogs don't learn that overnight, and it's usually our fault when they go inside the house. You got to learn your dog and learn the behaviors of your dog. So Charlie, he wants to be with us or be around our older beagle or play with a toy or something if he's doing fine and doesn't need to go. As soon as it's almost like he changes his mind and starts thinking about something, because he kind of looks up or looks off, and then he'll just stand up and start walking away by himself. Every time he does that, he's guaranteed to pee or poop in the house. So we watch him. If he goes off by himself, we take him outside and encourage him to go potty or poop. And also, if he hasn't showed anything in 15 to 20 minutes, then I take him out anyway. And taking him out every 15-20 minutes, telling him good boy, telling him what he's doing, whether if he goes pee, say pee pee or potty. If he goes poop, we tell him he went poop and good boy. Really praise him for going outside, and I think he's getting it. He hasn't. You're really getting it when they go to the door and want to go outside. He has not done that yet, so waiting on that to click in his head. But we use the same door as well. I've read that, so we use the same door. So he associates that door with going outside, so he knows where to go beg for. So anyway, those are just some tips that I'm finding success with. I'm about to have to start using the long lead rope, whatever you call it. I got the 30-foot orange one from gundogsupply. About to have to start using that. He's doing really good when it's business time. If I bring that bumper out, my whistle out, he's really doing great. So I try to keep that business time with him. But some other times I say here, and if it's not business time, he kind of is starting to ignore me a little bit. So I'm gonna have to have that rope on him when we're outside, so he starts paying attention to me, so I can say here and actually enforce that command instead of having to go get him, because then he thinks that he just gets to ignore me. So I'm about to start doing a rope. My next video will probably actually have him on the rope when we're not fetching, and I might try to practice using that rope to reel him in, I guess, if you will. and I will look forward to doing a video of that and putting that on here so I can get any helpful tips and advice of, you know, what will maybe work better, or if what I'm doing is good or whatever. Like I said, first time legitimately trying to dog train here, so I am open to all advice and tips. No advice is bad advice. I can't promise I will take everybody's advice, but I will absolutely read it, and if it makes sense to me, and if others kind of suggest it as well, if I've heard it before, probably going to take it. I'm very open with it. So I appreciate everybody's views, everybody's feedback. This is fun. This is gonna, you know, this is gonna keep me on schedule with him. I think we're gonna do big things together, and you know, I look forward to continuing this journey. He's gonna be a doozy. He's my buddy. So thank you all. Have a safe and happy 4th of July, and God bless America.